All right, this is gonna be a video on how to remove the taillights on a BMW M240i. Should be the same on all F22 chassis. So believe it or not, it is actually extremely easy to do. You have these one flap here and one flap here. These are 10mm bolts. Go ahead with an extension socket and remove each of those bolts. All right, once you have removed those, you're gonna go ahead and preferably a plastic pry tool. Something you would use for like interior pieces would be preferred. I was able to get this one out, not too bad, using my long fingernails here. Just doing one of those. Nice place to put it here, and you're just kind of gonna try to wiggle it out. You don't want to rip it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, about 10 seconds later, I was able to remove it. So from here, last step, you have a harness. I'm gonna go ahead and bend this down and get it out, put my leg under it. All right, see your wire harness here. Go ahead and slide that out, slides out pretty easily. Get a flathead screwdriver and pull that away from you. Remove that harness. And then same thing here, this is clipped in. Just go ahead and pull this little harness assembly off of the beige clip right there. And then remove this. Do not remove this or try to remove this. This is in there to stay. I'll show you what I mean once I do so. You can see right here how that was removed. The reason I'm removing these taillights anyway is because I have a condensation problem. Pretty big bummer. This is a 2017. It only has 5,700 miles on it, believe it or not, but pretty bummed out about this condensation here. Huge pet peeve of mine. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'm gonna remove this, kind of like you could see here. I went ahead and removed this beige white plastic here that contains the bulbs, and I'm letting it dry out in the sun. Hopefully that works, and then I'm gonna use some silicone caulk around the seal. And yeah, hopefully that does it. And if not, I'll use some vinyl, adhesive vinyl caulk around here, which I don't really want to do. That's a last resort thing. So yeah, that's the video. All right, to get the condensation out, this is actually working really well. I let it sit outside in the sun for a couple hours, which helped a little bit, but I am finding that this hair dryer on high heat and high fan speed is working great. Just a little bead, a little droplet left right here. This one's coming along good. You can see just a little bit left. So I'm gonna try two things. First, I'm gonna try using some adhesive vinyl caulk around the entire perimeter here of this seal. The entire thing up here. So what you have to do that is remove this guard. You can see it's on here. Still haven't done this one yet. All you got to do, it's not too hard. See the little tab here. You can see it clipped in right there. The black meets up with that right here. And you pretty much just kind of finesse it out. Honestly, you don't want to obviously be very aggressive. If these break, it could be very bad. So I went ahead and I think pretty sure what I did is I started with this one on this side right here, kind of bending it up this way just a little bit. Again, being cognizant of not breaking these. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. I'm gonna go ahead, run to the store, grab vinyl adhesive caulk to do the perimeter around here, and also on the bulb holder, which I'll show you here in a second in the next clip, the ball holder, I'm gonna spray some silicone caulk all the way around that rubber seal, the part that goes right on here. So I think I'm covering all my bases that way. And yeah. All right, so we are back. Got myself some clear silicone waterproof sealant here from my local hardware store. It doesn't need to be this tight, but this should work. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is silicone around, seal all the way around the perimeter, which I'll show you a little bit better. Using one hand to film, so bear with me. And then here's this. I didn't cover on how to take this off, but I'm gonna be sealing this gasket too. To take it off, pretty easy. You just have these clips. It's best to do 2 clips at a time, so you know, if you had both hands available, you'd be here, and pry this back, and you can see this tab right here. And you do that all the way around. There's one here, 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 and here. And you take that off. And here's your bulb housing. And see this seal right here, this gasket? I'm gonna be putting that silicone sealant all the way around that to hopefully reseal it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well with the same stuff. Here you could also use like RTV. A lot of people do that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So far, it is looking good. I've just done a couple inches here. I'll show you my process. I'm literally just made a really small hole in this. You can see it coming out, hopefully. And I am just running this bead, making sure it fills in the hole real nice. All right. Might need to make the hole a little bigger. It's taken a while, but it's looking really clean. I mean, you can see right there. And this is gonna dry totally clear. So I'm gonna continue to do that all the way up here, and I'll get back once I'm done with that. All right, about 20 minutes later, I have finished sealing around here, and you can barely even tell. The camera isn't gonna do a real good job picking it up. But yeah, there is caulk in between the red here and the gray, and it's actually pretty satisfying. And I'm not a big arts and crafts guy. You can kind of see that there. Using my finger a lot to run my finger kind of like in there to get it, and then intermittently using a paper towel along the bottom here and the face here to make sure you're keeping it nice and clean and not getting the silicone on the actual part that you're going to see. You can see here is a little more sloppy when I first started on this side. This is where I started. You could see it's a little more sloppy. Once I got going, you can't even tell. So really nice. You can't really see it through at all either. I mean, this is looking really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other one. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put a nice bead right in this black gasket, right in the center here, all the way around. All right, about 10 or 15 minutes later, I got the nice beads all the way around here, around this gasket, this silicone. This doesn't need to look nearly as neat. You don't want it to be, you know, dripping off, but you can see a little bit thicker here on this gasket. Then what you want to go ahead and do, and also make sure not to get silicone on the bulbs, and don't touch them either, because they could break if there's oils and stuff on the bulbs under high heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands and then I'll get right back. Also, a trick to getting this back on, as it can be tricky, is to line up the little reverse light bulb with the socket, or with the opening in there. Really easy way of doing that, I found, to lining it up. All right, I successfully got this clicked on the housing here. You definitely got to use a little bit of force. It'll click. Once it clicks on each one, you'll know. You want to go around kind of evenly on each one. You could do like a star pattern type thing. But yeah, you'll hear a click. I actually went on my carpet to click these down, so I'm not just on this table here. But yeah, go around through thoroughly to each one. Double, triple check to make sure that the housing is on. Each post are all clicked in. Double, triple check, or else it's not going to be sealed and we just wasted our time. So make sure it's sealed. All right, time to do the other one. All right, now that we have both of the housings installed, here's the left tail light. All that is left before plugging them back in and putting them on the car is to install this guard here. So all you got to do is make sure this is out in front. Line that up a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you. Let's see, clips. This needs to go into there. This clip needs to squeeze into there. And flip this on its back. This needs to slide into here. You can see I kind of messed that up, to be honest. I hope it's all right. It should be, but let me go ahead and do that. I'm gonna need 2 hands. All right, got it on. Wasn't so bad. Easiest way to do is flip it on its back. So this side is facing up, and just line this clip up, and then just push in right here, clip. This will clip in. That's about it. And then I should turn my light on. There is a clip right here, and honestly, it snapped, so shouldn't affect anything. It should be good. It doesn't have anything to do with the seal or anything. Again, it should be all right. It's nice and flush. You can see that with or without this. So unfortunately that broke. So yeah, be careful. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this on the other one, and then I'll see you in the garage with my car. All right, here we are out at the car, about to install this. Again, first thing is your wire harness. This bad boy right here. It's gonna plug up to here, and then this main harness is gonna plug up into there. So I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, so here we are, we're plugged up. Don't forget to put those little pegs in the posts. All right, now go ahead and put it back in. All right, man, you gotta love the taillights on our car for being so easy to come out and go back in. But don't forget there's a rubber grommet right here that you slide the peg into. Make sure that you're lined up right here and here. Get your 10mm nuts. Go ahead and put those back on. Also, very important, make sure you wait around 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what silicone sealant that you use, but it's probably going to be roughly the same. 30 minutes to an hour before installing these. Just as good practice, I wanted to let it cure a little bit and have some sort of time to cure before playing with it and installing it back onto my car. But more importantly, if you are, say, not in a garage and you are parking outside, do not put these on your car until 24 hours after you use the silicone sealant, just because you want to let it fully cure. Most silicone sealants take 24 hours to fully cure. You do not want to compromise the performance of the sealant by getting it prematurely wet, because that will compromise the bond and the performance. So just keep that in mind. All right, looking really good again. Looking brand new. So they're a little dirty, just from fingerprints and such. I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up. After ensuring they work, I'm gonna have somebody get in the car a little bit later, make sure everything's still good, brakes, turn signals, stuff along those lines, and then clean them up. Little side note, when you are screwing in the nuts here, what I liked to do was push in, just not hard, just in a little and up a little bit to get this nice and flush. There's about, just this much play. So just in and up just a little bit, mainly up. I mean, it'll go in from the screws or from the nuts when you're bolting them down. And yeah, hopefully this fixes it. I will be updating everybody as time goes on in the comments. So I'll give a 1-month update in the comments of this video, and so on. So please leave any comments if you think what I did was stupid. Let me know. I'm not a big DIY guy. I honestly would rather not work on my car, believe it or not. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll keep you guys updated. Get a good discussion going in the comments. And yeah, as this is a common issue, unfortunately, with these cars. So cool. I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you.